Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello and lovely to meet you. My name is Alex, and if you are new here, make sure you stick around and subscribe. If you're not new here and you've been here for a while, then why not make sure that notification bell switched on, just so you're notified of every single time that I upload. For today's video, I have a very exciting one because we're doing the next video in my Revolution Friends series. So if you are a regular viewer of my channel, you know very recently that I did a review on the Open the Door eyeshadow palette and the coffee mug face palette. I will leave that video linked down below and in the cards, so you can go over and watch that if you haven't already. But for today's video, as you can tell by my scrunchie, we are going to be reviewing the Lobster palette. Revolution did a second drop and they included a few of these big palettes. They did the Open the Door palette, which is one I've done a review on, and the face palette. They did the Lobster palette, and they also did the Taxi palette, which I do also have, and this video will be coming hopefully on Wednesday, so keep your eye out for that. But for today's video, we are going to be doing a review on this. How adorable is the packaging? It's got lobsters all around the edges, and yeah, I just love the pink packaging and stuff. This retails for £20, so the palettes are a little bit pricey, but I know the Black Friday sales are on at the moment, so if you want to get these a little bit cheaper, now is the time. Before I get into this palette, I do just want to quickly mention that I do have a small giveaway over on my Instagram where I am giving away the Open the Door eyeshadow palette. So if you'd like to be in a chance of winning this palette, then just head over to my Instagram. So enough about that. We are focusing on today's video, which is a review on the Lobster palette. I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but I'm just saying it's called the Lobster palette because I mean it's just got a giant lobster on it. So let's get it out of the packaging. So I know these are expensive, but these are massive. They're so big, and I love the packaging of this. This is just absolutely adorable. Obviously fits in with the theme of the rest of the series. And are you ready? This, oh, just had my hair caught. This is what the palette looks like. I should probably take the plastic off so you can see it properly. But this is what the Lobster palette looks like. You have all of these eyeshadows, and you also have a big mirror inside as well. So I do think £20 is expensive for Revolution. However, the palette is absolutely huge, as are the pans, and you do get a big mirror in here. So yeah, you kind of are paying for a big eyeshadow palette. But this is what it looks like. I do feel like there is a little bit of wasted space around the edges. Do you not feel like there's quite a big gap between all of these pans and around the edges? I don't know, that's just my thoughts. But if I just show you that up close, you can see what it looks like. So this is basically a nice neutral warm toned palette, I guess. There isn't really any pop of colour in here. It is just mainly browns, reds and neutrals and stuff. Yeah, that is pretty much what this palette is. It is an absolutely stunning palette, and I love the fact that there's little lobsters all in the little matte pans. That is so cute. Let's dive into today's video. So we are firstly going to start off with the swatches, and this is 2 of the rose swatched, and I'm not going to lie, they do feel really nice in quality. The shimmers are really nice and soft and creamy, and the mattes feel really velvety, I guess. They're not not pigmented. Look at those. And I do love this colour story. It is a pinky reddy orangey colour story, so I do like the colour story. But let's see what the last rose swatch is like. And this is the last rose swatch. I'm not gonna lie, I think the purple shimmer's a little bit random, but I guess it could go with reds. But yeah, I mean the palette is swatching it really nicely. I do have a little bit of stainage on my fingers, but yeah, let's get into the eye look. I did actually ask you guys on my community tab which palette you wanted me to test first, the Lobster and the Taxi, and Lobster did actually win. So make sure you keep an eye out for my community tab as well, because I am starting to be a little bit more active on there with some polls and stuff. So yeah, just thought I'd let you know that. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I've just primed my eyelids, of course, with the Revolution eye base in light absolutely love this stuff. I don't need to talk to you guys about it because you already know. I've just primed my eyes with that, and now we can get started with the lobster look. So I'm very excited. I am going to strictly stick to like the reddy shades in here, just because I've done so many like neutrally brown looks recently that I'm going to do a red look. Let me just zoom you in, because why do I never zoom in enough? I don't know. Firstly, I am going to take this shade here, which is called Beef Trifle. I literally love that episode. And I'm going to put this in my crease. I'm almost finished with Friends, by the way. I'm on season 8, or near the end of season 8. I'm just about to watch where Rachel has her baby. So this is really pigmented. What the hell? Yeah, I'm absolutely loving watching them all, like from the start to finish. Just because I've never done that before. Like, have you guys actually watched Friends? I'd love to know down below, because obviously this collection's only going to really be appealing to people who really watch it. But watching the series like actually makes me feel more appreciative of this collection. Like, I know that sounds a bit silly, but it makes me more excited to have like all of the stuff from the collection kind of thing. Wow, that is actually really nice and pigmented. So yeah, the palettes are expensive, but it just seems like you're gonna get really good quality from them. So now I've put that in my crease, I'm now going to take this shade here, which is called Could Be, and I'm gonna start buffing out the top of this crease shade. Now we've got these shades going on, I'm now going to put a shade on my outer corner, and I'm of course going to take this darker red, which is called Bagpipes. But let's deepen up this outer corner. And then I'm going back in with the fluffy brush and just using that to blend it all together. I'm just taking a clean, like fluffy blending brush and just using that to work on the top edges so they don't, you know, look super harsh. When you do this, you need like a clean blending brush, otherwise it's just gonna mix the pigment and make it less blended. Doesn't make any sense, it's fine. You guys know what I mean. Right, so now I've blended out the top edges, I'm now going to do a half cut crease, and I'm going to use my Ultimate Eye Base and also my Real Techniques accent brush. So I'm going to go do this off camera just to save a bit of time, and then I'll be right back. Right, so these are my cut creases. They don't look too bad today. They never look great though, do they? Right, so we now need to pick a stunning shimmer from this palette. Ski Trip and Legendary. Do you know what? Let's go for the orange one, because it's not a shade that I would usually put in my cut crease, but it's quite beautiful, isn't it? Let's do that, because it's something a little bit different, rather than always going for like the same kind of like gold shade to go in my cut crease. So I wasn't even facing the camera saying that then. That was very rude of me. I'm going to take this on a brush. I'm not going to lie, this Legendary shade did feel different to some of the other shimmers. So I don't know if this is more of like a normal shimmer rather than like a foil. But it's picked up well on the brush, and let's see. So this is the shimmer on. It's really pretty actually. I'm quite glad that I used that. I now need to pick a shade to blend out the outer edges, and I think I'm gonna go in with this one here, which is called Little Round Waffles. With this orange shimmer shade, there was a lot of fallout. You would have seen me like brush it away. There was a lot of fallout. The formula is a little bit more on the drier side. However, even though it was a bit more dry, it still shows up, and I haven't even wet that. Like, that is just dry. So the formula itself is a bit dry, but when you like put it on your lid and build it up, you do get this like beautiful like shimmery shade. So I'm not mad at it. I'm just letting you know that that one is a little bit dry, and this one also looks like it's going to be the same type of formula. So let's see how that performs. Okay, and that is the red shimmer on. That worked really nicely to blend out the outer edge, and now we need to put a shade on my lower lash line. Now I don't actually know which shade to pick. I actually might pick a brown because I haven't really got much option. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to take this shade here, which is called 10, and I'm going to put it all the way across my lower lash line. That shade was really nice and pigmented. I am very impressed with the quality of all these shades. So it is expensive, but you are paying for really good quality, it seems. So now we're going to move on to the last step, which is inner corner and brow bone. And of course, I have my trusty little Morphe M515 brush. You need this in your life, and I've told you many times now, but just reminding you, for any newbies here, you need this in your life because it is amazing. So obviously I'm going to take the lightest shimmer in the palette, which is this first one here, and that is called Planiversary. Right, and this is the completed eye look. I'm now going to hop off camera, do my lashes, mascara and lips. I don't know what that was, and my lips, and then I'll be right back with my final thoughts. Right guys, so I'm back, and this is my completed look. I really hope you like it. Just to let you know the other items that I've tested, I have actually got like a full face of Revolution on at the moment, so if I remember, which hopefully I do, I will list down below all of the products that I have on my face right now, because it's all by Revolution. So for my lashes, okay, this is the only Revolution thing that I don't have. I don't actually have any Revolution lashes. I need to get their faux mink ones because they look amazing. I just haven't got around to picking them up yet. So for my lashes, I do actually have the Unicorn Cosmetics lashes in the style Peachy Pie. My mascara is the Butterfly Lash Mascara, and my lips is the Revolution Pro Matte nude lipstick in the shade Protect. I believe this comes in the like matte nudes lip set that they do. It's actually quite a pink lip. I hope it goes with the look. I don't know. And then I did think, I was like, how am I going to use these other glosses? Because obviously I've used all the female characters ones, but not Joey Chandler's and Ross's, and I thought, why not use them in these videos? I feel so stupid for not using one in my Open the Door review because I would have been using them. But anyway, so I've actually got the Joey gloss on top of this lipstick, which is this beautiful nudie pink shade. It's so stunning, and it went on really well over the top. I do think I put on a bit too much, but that's the thing with these glosses, if you put too much on, they do start to, I don't know, feel a little bit more gloopy, whereas if you put like a really nice light layer on, they look really stunning. But yeah, I love these lip glosses. I loved the like girls lip glosses, and this one is really beautiful. Now we can finally sit down and talk about the Lobster palette. Now firstly, I do absolutely love the packaging. It's super cute. It obviously matches like all of the rest of the theme of the like both collections. I love the fact that I've got the matching scrunchie, and like I couldn't not, could I really? But yeah, the packaging is super cute. The colour is right up my street, and I just love this. It just looks so cute and I love it. And the actual feel of the palette as well does feel really nice quality. It's in like more cardboard packaging, which I do prefer. And then for the actual eyeshadows inside, now this colour story I feel like is going to appeal to a lot of people just because it is on the neutral side, but you do have your like warmy reddy pinky tones in there as well. So I feel like Open the Door so far is my favourite because that's got like more pinks in it than like other shades. However, I feel like this palette is going to be quite popular because of the neutrals and warm tones. I don't know, let me know what you think. But the colours in here are really beautiful. I love the fact that they've stuck to a red theme because obviously lobsters are red, so they've stuck to like the reds, and also have got neutrals in here, so you can still do like nice neutral everyday looks in here, but there are options to do more red looks. The shimmers in here are beautiful. There is a couple of different formulas in here. So both the shimmers that I used on my eyes were more of like a dry formula, but once you build them up, they did look absolutely stunning and I didn't have to wet them. And then I used one of the more like soft and creamy shimmers for my inner corner and brow bone, and it was stunning. So I pretty much am loving like all the formulas in this palette. I didn't really have too many issues. I would say that there is quite a lot of fallout with the shimmers, so if you're going to use this palette, I would do it before your base makeup. The matte shades in this palette were really nice and pigmented. I mean, you saw that first shade I put all in my crease. I was really impressed, and they blended out really nicely with each other, so I don't really have too many complaints about the mattes whatsoever. They swatch really nicely, they perform really nicely, so I am pleasantly very happy with the mattes and the shimmers. I would have loved it if all the shimmers were that beautiful creamy foil goodness that you know that I love, but for what I tried and how it performed, all really well, so I'm super happy with this palette. The price point is expensive, I will say that. £20 for Revolution palette is expensive. However, I think you need to consider the size of the palette, the fact that it's a collab with a big American popular TV show, and the amazing quality in it, and that kind of makes up for why it's more expensive. Like, this palette is huge, are you kidding me? Like, it is massive. I did not expect it to, I didn't expect any of these palettes to be as big as they are. When I firstly saw the £20 price tag, I was like, wow, that is really expensive. Like, I was expecting the same price points as what was in the first drop, but nope, they've come up with these big huge palettes, and I'm liking them so far, I must admit. I'm excited to try the Taxi one as well, because that one's a bit more on the cool tone side. That's pretty much what I think of the palette. Please let me know down below your thoughts and opinions, because I would love to know. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button, and of course if you haven't already, please subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.